Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Rating Arizona.
Beers, brought to you and sponsored by King's Beer Wine out on Central and Thomas in Phoenix, Arizona.
Great place, great people, huge selection. I love their Delirium tap. It's got the
pink elephant.
Yeah, I was going to say horse. I'm like, I couldn't even figure out what that was. It was a very fat, weird-looking horse. Do you like Delirium?
I do.
Yeah.
I do like Delirium.
Yeah.
They come out with some very, very good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they have awesome taps here. Anything and everything for anyone and everybody.
Beer, cider, wine, mead.
Sake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get into that. We got to do one. We got to do that because I've heard, and this is just my preemptive saying this might not be true, but is the guy from Arizona Sake is the first master sake maker outside of Japan.
Ooh.
He was the first, yeah, and he's in Holbrook, Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah. And phenomenal stuff.
Oh yeah,
so.
Very good stuff. But go down way too easy too.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So good. So today we have a beer out of Tombstone Brewing Company, located in Tombstone, Arizona, and also located in Phoenix, Arizona. They're at the old Helio Basin spot.
40 blocks that way.
Yeah,
40th and Thomas.
Very, very close to King's Beer Wine. And if you can't make it over there because you're closer to King's, come to King's because they have pretty much every Tombstone beer here.
There you go. They had like 2 rows of Tombstone beers.
Yeah. And this is Tombstone's IPA, 7.1% ABV. Now, you ever been to Tombstone? Well, you've been to all the breweries, so I know why I have to ask. I mean,
Tombstone was actually episode, I think, like 8. I went down there and did an episode with Matt. Weedy wasn't there. It took me a little while longer to get Weedy on an episode, but super cool brewery. Like it's in the old, is it the old town city building or something like that?
Yeah.
It was a bank. It's freaking Tombstone, man.
It's right next to a house that was built in the 1880s.
Yeah.
Which is
weird.
Weird.
Well, what's cool, what I like about it, and it's been a couple years since I've been down to Tombstone, but it just looks like a building. They got their sign up. It looks like a building that just fits into Tombstone. It's not like Tombstone was cool because just the town of Tombstone, because it wasn't the cheesy ghost town things that I've seen before. Right. That are like this one Tombstone has a different vibe. Like that you're in fucking Tombstone.
Yeah. So let's crack this open. This was canned. We were looking at the can on date on 11/28. So, I mean, putting it only a couple months old.
Couple months, yeah.
So, not bad at all. Usually that, 90-day window kind of a thing.
That's a good kind of rule of thumb.
Yeah.
90 days for IPA.
For IPA.
Okay.
And then, I know they use a ton of hops in these things. So, a lot of the Tombstone beers, I kind of like to just give it a real gentle roll.
I was like, dude, how are you reading that fast?
Yeah.
Like, how do you...
Give it a gentle roll.
Yeah. So you roll it, you put it kind of horizontally.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because
a lot of times if they're using, like the amount of hops that they put in it, a lot of stuff, a lot of times they'll just like kind of fall to the bottom, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it'll leave a lot of that residue and stuff behind. So I just give it a little roll.
Dude, I'm in.
Been sitting on the
I'm
shelf.
not questioning. I'm
been
in.
sitting on the shelf for a while, so.
So this is that. Now, one of the cool things about Tombstone is, I think, almost kind of, you look at places like, like Dark Sky. Dark Sky is like the epitome of just doing whatever the hell you want, doing 300 recipes in 3 years. I think Tombstone has sneakily come up as like the variety of stuff that you can get off the shelf in places like King's Beer and Wine of Tombstone's beers. Dude, from an ESB to their sours to their IPAs.
Stouts.
Yeah. I mean, Doppelbox, like pickle. What was the pickle one they did with 1912? But that's why I love the art is brilliant too. Just big, tall, bright IPA.
It just reminds you of Tombstone itself.
Yeah.
This art, quote unquote, artwork on the can.
Yeah.
And it's a Tombstone beer as soon as you see the can. So, beer does come in a hazy.
Very hazy.
Yeah, hazy, yellow in color, gold color, nice and bright gold, but it is definitely hazy. Tight, white, compact bubbles on that. And I did pour it kind of hard, so it definitely is a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
and let's get a dry by aroma.
Aggressively hop bursted and dry hopped is what it says.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Did you read? Do you have a good memory?
Do I have a good memory?
You
no.
know it. Okay,
No,
I was gonna say,
and
what-
words. I can't think of words when I need to.
Can I test you a little bit on what you kind of taste or what you get in the malts and throughout this review?
Okay.
I'm just gonna see how close you get to what is on this can.
Oh, it is okay.
It does.
I see. So, as far as like aroma,
Just aroma, taste. Like we're really looking for like what's the malt and the hops that you're kind of getting out of this.
well, hazy IPA malt wise, a lot of times they use wheat or oats.
Okay.
And then usually 2-row, sometimes 2-row oats, and
What's Maris Otter?
yeah, Maris Otter. Yeah.
What is
that's-
floor
so-
malted Maris Otter?
So that was the other. See, I was gonna say Maris Otter.
Okay.
No, really, I couldn't think of the word.
I was like, he's struggling. I'm
No,
going to give it to him.
so base malts are typically 2-row. And right now Pilsner is real popular for a
Okay.
base malt as far as for hazy IPA because it's a really light colored malt. And then Maris Otter is another base malt, but it's more bready.
Okay.
So Maris Otter is a good base malt for like some German beers and stuff like that because it has like the breadiness to it.
Okay.
And it's a really good base malt for stouts too. But these guys are using it.
What's floor malted? Like, what does floor malting add anything to the?
Honestly, I have no idea what floor malted means.
Well, so I this is my guess. We went to I did an episode with Town Under Black Distillery. I haven't seen anything from them in a while. They were doing some really cool stuff. Basically, spontaneous fermentation spirits, and they were doing this like chocolate whiskey, which was fantastic. So they floor malted their blue corn. So they basically just had the corn laying on the floor in their facility.
Just to
And
let
they explained why, but I forget what it was.
Well, I mean,
So-
your grain, you have to moisten it, and then you let it dry. So whatever floor malted, you let it dry out, and then it'll sprout. And then once it sprouts to a certain level, then that's when you dry it out, and then
Okay.
you could go ahead and then it's ready to be
Okay.
kiln dried and kilned and all this other stuff.
Cool,
So kiln
cool.
dried and floor malted, I guess, are probably the drying process. I would assume.
Maybe, yeah,
Hey,
maybe.
maybe you guys know. If you guys know,
there you go.
then just let us know.
Let us know.
Educate us.
Weedy listens to the show, so I don't know if you listened to the last episode with Tombstone.
No, but I saw that posted. Yeah.
Yeah. We also asked them if they wanted to do a collaboration. Long story short, they were like, "Yeah, cool." We did a collaboration. It was basically a prank on me because I said in an episode that I didn't like Strata hops,
So you just
and
did
Weedy
nothing but
listened to
Strata?
it. Yeah, and he did just a straight single hop
Nice.
Strata hazy, and it was fantastic.
I bet.
So Weedy, if you're listening, let us know what is floor malted. What does floor malted Maris Otter add to your guys' IPA?
Yeah, and so Maris Otter does give a breadiness to it, kind of thing, and mouthfeel I'm sure too would help a lot. But
I want to drink.
yeah, as far as the aroma is concerned, I mean this one is definitely citrus forward in the aroma.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a ton of just citrus, right? I mean it's like that tangerine, like orange peel kind of thing. You get like orange. What do you call it?
What's it? The zest.
Yeah, like orange.
Yeah.
You zest it. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you zest an orange, that's kind of like that. There's to me even a little bit of a lime kind of thing going on with it in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, just all the different types of citrus.
Yep.
Grapefruit.
This is one of the best smelling hazies that I've. I mean, first of all, I never have the patience to sit here and smell it that long, right?
And I could just stare at it all day.
I
don't even
love
have
it
to
though,
drink
man. I love it. You help me slow down a little bit. Like I love the smell, but I can't. I got to drink it. But this is one of the best smelling IPAs I've smelled.
Yeah, and
smelt.
it does have that yeast aroma that is very you could pull a Tombstone beer and know it's a Tombstone beer.
Got that uniqueness. It's
very unique.
Yeah.
So they use their same yeast. I'm sure they wrangle it and they harvest it and they use it over and over again.
Damn right, they wrangle it at
And-
Tombstone.
Heck yeah. But yeah, definitely you could tell it is a Tombstone beer. And let's get a taste on it.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
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 There's a King's Beer and Wine and Tombstone.
Now, just coming off doing a cider,
Yes, we did. Yeah.
and we jump right into this hazy IPA. And to me, it's coming off a little bit dry.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's almost like astringent to some point where it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
really hop forward.
It's got some bitterness to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It is. The smell and the taste are different,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I was very surprised at what that tasted like, and I don't know where we put ourselves sometimes when we're tasting beer, food, whatever. You expect one thing, especially then if you smell it.
Right.
Like you've already made the decision of pretty much what this is going to taste like,
Right.
and then you taste it and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Right.
And you're kind of you're mad at first.
So to me, this is not coming off as juicy and citrus forward in the flavor as the aroma.
No.
So there was kind of like a disconnect between the aroma and then the flavor of the beer.
Yep.
For me.
But it's good though. So that's it's even though it smells and tastes like two different beers, this is a good beer.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. Well, Tombstone, you can't really go wrong with any Tombstone beer. Anything Tombstone. I mean, I have, the Russian Imperial Stout in my beer cooler right now. So
Just waiting
for
the right day.
No, every day's the right day. it's like 17% or something like that. So it's just like, can't really.
Every day's the right day.
Yeah.
Just what day is it going to be?
Yeah, what day do you want to hit the ground? So to me on this one, I'm getting a lot of the water out of it.
Okay.
A lot of these hazy IPAs, they change the water chemistry quite a bit. Do like chloride forward, and that's to me I could taste that real high chloride content.
Okay.
Is what I taste out of it.
Interesting.
It really hits my brain starts thinking about.
You've got that
right away.
experience though,
Yeah,
what
in the
to look
water.
for.
Yeah.
So now, the fact, this beer was canned 2 months ago, right? With it being dry hopped and the amount of hops that they use,
Right.
is it possible that this beer tasted different?
Absolutely.
8 weeks ago, 7
for
weeks
sure.
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So do you think that time in these type of beers are sometimes limited?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
we were saying, that 90-day window. In another month or so, it could crash like big time.
Yeah.
And probably after the first 30 days, it's already starting to decline.
Yeah.
These beers are very, very sensitive, especially to oxygen, and it's hard to get them fresh and just right.
Sure. Yeah.
I've had some that I've canned, and within that 30-day window, they taste extremely fresh. And then after that, it's just like, whoa, what happened to this beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to keep them shelf stable as far as these hazy IPAs, and they have to stay cold the whole time.
Oh,
So-
really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I do not want. Again, same thing. They're real sensitive to temperature change, but that's why they're so good.
Yeah.
Because
Get 'em fresh.
they're temperamental. You have to have
Yeah.
them fresh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, no complaints on this. I mean, as far as the water and stuff, it's just me being picky. Still a really good beer.
Absolutely.
Drinks
Yeah.
very easly. Obviously, I already.
I know. Right?
Like, I don't like this beer. Let me have some more.
This is only an 8. No, fantastic. Tombstone continuing to do really cool stuff. They just on the podcast last week, they announced that they're opening up a place in Sonoita.
Really?
They actually, that was their plan was to open that one. That was going to be their second location, and then with COVID and the opportunity of purchasing the old Helio Basin spot, then Phoenix became the second location. But yeah, and they're getting more into. They're going to be getting more into like sours, like spontaneous, spontaneous fermentation and
Nice.
all that kind of stuff. So, really excited because. Dude, everything that they put out is fantastic. It really is. So when you see something, it's not a matter of like, oh, am I going to like it? It's like, am I going to like an ESB?
Right.
Not is it going to be a good beer? You know it's going to be a good beer. Right. You might not like that style, but if it's Tombstone, you're going to fucking like it.
Yeah. In the brewery here, when they opened up, it was a great day and a bad day for my wallet, because it's just like it's really close, and it's close to my work too, for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, just drive over there after work, and then you start loading up flats of beer,
Yeah.
out of their cooler there, and Yeah, if you're ever in that area, if you're ever in Tombstone,
Yeah.
you need to go to Tombstone Brewery.
Yeah.
But if you're ever in the Phoenix area, for sure, hit up King's and hit up Tombstone. I mean, really, really cool place, and really, really good beer. I mean,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you?
So,
what do you
for me, to be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of this particular IPA. I love their like Simcoe and their single hop series, and
Yep.
I mean, so to me, this one is their. I think this is their. They put this beer is their most.
I think it's their flagship.
Their flagship IPA.
Yep.
Yeah, and that could be it. I've had it like a ton of times too, but as far as against other hazy IPAs, I'd probably go like 8.3.
Okay, I was gonna say 8.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
really good beer. We'll have it again, but honestly, when I go to Tombstone, that's probably I would probably won't even get that because there's like 3 or 4 other ones that are up there that are going to definitely take precedent just of the IPAs, right? Then you start looking at their sours. Like, no offense, Tombstone, but this might be like my 7th one that I would get.
Right.
I'm not going to drink 7 beers at your spot, but
I would, and I think I did actually. And they did. And they had a huge release of their chocolate, their milk stout. It's like their chocolate milk stout or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yes.
God,
Yeah.
it's like 12.5%. And I remember we stayed there right down the street from Tombstone, and man, that wasn't a good night because
That Tombstone, actual Tombstone, like
we stayed in Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a little cabin in Tombstone, right off
Tough Nut.
Tough Nut. Yeah, we're like a block away. Well, everything's a block away in
Yeah.
Tombstone.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so we stayed there, and I had some Russian Imperial stouts and some that chocolate milk stout, and they had a strawberry infused IPA that they were doing with a little infusion.
yeah.
And the place it's just, anyways, I could go on and on. Awesome place.
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you to King's Beer and Wine
Yes.
for hosting us. We do appreciate it. You guys make it down here, grab a pint, and then ask for your very own Arizona Beer Book glass.
Boom.
So, it's worth the trip. Come on down. Please comment. Let us know what you guys think. Should we keep doing this? What's going on? How we're doing? How you doing? Stuff like that.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? And again, come down to King's Beer and Wine. Hit up Tombstone Brewery whenever you have the chance. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Once again,
Clink.